Hey guys, it's Paul. First of all, how was your Halloween? I hope it was wonderful. I hope you got lots of candy. I hope you didn't get tricked. I hope all your pets are still alive. I want to say thank you for last week. The outpouring of support we got for last week's episode was incredible. We really do appreciate it. It was kind of scary for us to put that episode out there, being that it was a little, off the rails of what a normal Goose Pimples episode is. But the support was phenomenal. And thank you guys again. And then I want to tell you that this week's sponsor is Parabox. Parabox is a monthly subscription box. You can go to paraboxmonthly.com and start your subscription for only $19.95 a month. You can cancel at any time. There's no contracts. I just got November's Parabox in the mail, and it is phenomenal. The shirt, I'm wearing it right now. The shirt is awesome. It is it's alien contact theme this month, so the shirt is a UFO abducting a man. And no matter how hard I try to, I will not be able to do it justice by describing it. I really, really advise you go get your Parabox. Get at least one and see what you think. Like I said, it's a phenomenal shirt, and then it comes with this online scavenger hunt. And let me tell you, me and Eric and Eric's mom, Pabs, we sat down yesterday and we spent maybe an hour working on this scavenger hunt, trying to piece the clues together. And the way it goes from clues on the shirt to clues on things that were included in the box to websites that you have to have certain codes from, and then the codes are back on the shirt. I'm telling you, it's a great experience. It's a lot of fun. $20 for a great shirt that's a steal these days. So do it. Paraboxmonthly.com. At checkout, use promo code GoosePimples, and you can get 10% off your first box. Without further ado, let's get to this week's episode. I'm very excited for this episode. We tried something new. It turned out, I think, wonderful, and we're going to hope that you think the same. So let us know, give us some feedback on what you think about this episode. I'm going to let you guys get to it. Thank you. Bye-bye. He thrusts his fist against the post and still insists he sees the ghost. He thrusts his fist against the post and still insists he sees the ghost. Welcome to Goose Pimples! It's a podcast where I, Paul Breeden, am joined by my cousin,
Eric Arterbridge,
to delve into the creepy and skin-crawling stories that keep us up at night. Eric, welcome to the podcast.
Paul, welcome to the podcast.
Now, let's get right into things. We've been talking about for a while now the possibility of bringing in a third co-host.
Oh, you want to bring a third in?
To Goose Pimples. We've been talking about making this a three-way dance. We've been talking about having a threesome for a while. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce you guys to the new, it's a trial period, but possibly the new host,
Eric
Goose Pimples.
Arterbridge.
My brother.
Michael Breeden.
Who's having a constipation period?
It's okay. So this is the first episode we're going to try with three hosts because
he's casting from the toilet.
We think that another point of view, another frame of mind in the podcast could be interesting. And it also kind of takes the pressure off of me and Eric a little bit. And hey, I like to hear stories too. I don't like to always be the one talking.
Yeah, and I don't have time to tell stories.
Well, I've got some creepy stories to tell you guys.
Well, that's good because, Michael, we are going to throw you right to the wolves, and we're going to let you host this first episode that you're here. So don't ruin the podcast that we've worked so hard to create. So the way I want to treat this is, anybody listening to this, I'm assuming, has seen Are You Afraid of the Dark, right?
I seen it. Yeah, I seen it.
So I want to treat this kind of like the Midnight Society. So anytime one of us finds a cool subject and they want to write up an episode on it and bring it to the table and share it with the other guests, they can kind of submit their story for the approval of the Midnight Society, right?
Yeah, but we got to come up with a different name. We can't rip them off.
I know. I don't want to pay any money.
The Goose Pimples Syndrome Society.
Okay. All right. Well, it's a work in progress. Before we do any of this, before we get into Mike's subject and get rolling, there's something kind of on a serious note that I want to bring to the table.
Okay.
So one of our relatives has a serious problem, and I've been worried about them for quite a while, and I think it's best to kind of call that problem out on the podcast and put them on the spot. Eric, I'm of course talking about you.
What the hell are you talking about?
Our cousin Eric.
Are you talking about my skin cancer I found this morning?
Well,
we should talk about
that's
that
probably
one off the air,
that's
maybe.
your secondary issue.
No.
Our cousin Eric has never seen a single episode of Stranger Things.
What?
What the hell are you talking about?
My cousin Eric has never seen a single episode of the television show made for Netflix, Stranger Things.
I just finished season 2 like 3 days ago. I watched season 1 last year.
Did you?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Where are you getting this bogus information?
You told me that you hadn't seen it.
I never told you a single word along those lines.
Okay.
You must have been talking to somebody else, or you had a dream or something.
That was my other podcast partner. Okay, well, I have egg on my face.
All right, well, we'll just cut this part out.
Let's talk about Stranger Things. What did you guys think of season 2?
No spoilers, though.
No spoilers.
Yeah, no
spoilers.
spoilers.
No spoilers. But I will tell you what happens in the end. I can't, because apparently I've never seen it.
I talked to Mike about this via text, but my issue with Stranger Things is it's so good that every time I watch it, I want to play Dungeons and Dragons again.
Yes.
I've never played that game, and I
very good.
don't know if I want to.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not?
I don't like games that take a long time, and it seems like it would take a long time.
It can. It does.
It does. Absolutely.
But you do it you do it in sessions. But it doesn't put you in the mood to play when you watch Stranger Things and see them playing and looking in the monster manuals.
No.
Okay.
Well, I thought season 2 was just as good as season 1. There was maybe one episode that seemed a little out of place for the whole season.
I agree.
Yeah. I think we're talking about. I agree too. I think we're talking about the same episode. I think that was kind of that whole arc. If we're talking about the same thing, was a little weak. I thought.
It seemed.
I thought so too.
That's all.
I felt when I was watching it, or after I finished watching it, I felt like, okay, they just needed some filler to make more episodes.
Yeah.
Because when I was like, how many episodes are there? As I was getting toward the end, I was like, oh, 9? That's a weird number.
Wasn't there 8 last season?
There were 8, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like they're like, we got some extra stuff. You want to throw it in there?
Well, I don't know, because I watched, and I don't know if you guys saw it, they have, like, Stranger Things Beyond or After Stranger Things, and they had the creators and the director on there, and they were very proud of said episode. So, I don't know, maybe it's just...
I looked at a bunch of reviews, and almost everyone is saying the same thing as us, so they'll probably take that to heart and not do stuff so out of the blue next season. Hopefully.
Well, it's okay. But, I mean, don't get us wrong.
It was so
Stranger
good.
Things 2 is phenomenal, and you should definitely watch it. And even the episode we're talking about isn't a bad episode. It's just
seemed out of
weird.
place. It just seemed out of place.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was great. There were several nights where I like came running out of my bedroom to my rooms to be like, "Are you watching the show yet? I need to talk to somebody about it. Crazy things are happening." And they're like, "Oh no, not yet. We'll get around to it."
Really? Maybe we should do it. Maybe we should start another podcast where we just talk about Stranger Things. We can go episode by episode.
Okay.
I'd be into that.
All right, we'll talk about it. Hey, so I have a creepy story.
Okay.
It's a little grim, but before we get going here, so down the street from my house, literally like 1 block from my house, you go down 1 block and make a left. There's this little, I guess you could call it a park. It's more just like a patch of grass, and there's a bench and some trees, and it's right along the water.
Oh yeah,
along the Delaware River. They found a dead body there this morning.
What?
Yeah, my grandmother told me this earlier.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Where I walk my dog.
Yeah, that little patch down there?
Yeah, my wife sent me the news article this morning, and I was like, man, that's crazy. But they referred to it by like the name of the park that's a little further down. So I thought that's where it was the park that was a little further down. But then when I got home from work today, I walked my dog to the park I'm talking about, the one that I walk him to almost every day. And there was a cop sitting on the little gravel road that runs alongside of it. And as I'm walking to the bench, he gives me a little beep with the siren and fingers me over. And when I got close to him, he said, "Hey, I just want to let you know you're fine to walk your dog and train your dog a little bit this way. Just stay away from that bench and the water." And I said, I mean, I already knew what had happened, but I said, "Why? Did something happen?" And he went, "Yeah, we found a body this morning. We're still investigating." And
oh my God.
Oh my gosh. And I just walked to the place he told me to walk to, but he sat there guarding the spot. There was no tape or anything. It was a very laid back crime scene.
Yeah, that seems weird if there's like maybe physical evidence there, but they're just like, let you sit on the bench real quick.
Well, I think that they're pretty sure it's just the guy who jumped off the bridge.
Oh, that's pretty sad.
Yeah, the Delaware Memorial Bridge is a couple miles downstream, and they think that's what it was.
Well, that's a bummer.
That's sad.
Yeah, but it's still spooky.
It's pretty spooky.
Halloween time.
More ghosts to add to Old Newcastle.
Maybe it was zombies.
That's right.
They were a monster. They got him. Okay. So I say we get right into things. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but when I bring a story to Eric, Eric is typically like completely blind to the like he doesn't know the subject or the topic usually until I tell him.
The fun part is this week neither of you guys do.
And that's what I was going to say. This is Mike has assured us that he wanted to take on the responsibility of doing an episode, and we granted it to him. So we're going to see how it goes. So Mike, without further ado, what do you have for us?
So I want to talk about the internet, and I mean the old internet. Do you guys remember the way...
Keyword AOL. Keyword
Do you guys remember the way everything used to look back in the day? Like the old GeoCities websites? Like the hodgepodge slapped together websites?
Yeah, the $1 million website.
What?
You've never seen the $1 million website?
I have not.
It was a Kickstarter project where you could buy, it was, I don't want to fuck the math up here on this, but I think it was 1,000 pixels by 1,000 pixels. And you could buy a pixel of advertisement for $1.
Okay.
And whoever did this Kickstarter sold the entire million pixels, and it's still up. You can just Google $1 million website, and it's like an old GeoCities website with a bunch of shitty ads on it.
Interesting.
So if you want reference to what Mike's talking about, there you go. Go to $1milliondollarwebsite.com, and you can see what the old GeoCities sites look like.
There we go.
Nice.
So back then there was some odd and creepy websites as well, and there was like a whole bunch of forums and whatnot, and I would frequent this stuff all the time. So we're talking like late 90s, early to mid 2000s.
The original dark web.
Yeah,
I remember those chat rooms,
which were just like the regular web. So back in the early 2000s, I would frequent message boards about video games and odd science facts and whatnot. And one of these message boards, I found a thread labeled "Normal Porn for Normal People."
Uh-oh.
So that
Okay.
That is.
So your interest was piqued.
Yeah, so that's exactly. Of course, it grabbed my attention.
Finally, I'll be normal.
There's not a single dog on this entire website.
So I checked it out, and the guy who posted it said he stumbled across the site, not by accident like you did a lot of times back then, where you would just be like jumping from site to site to site, and with like links to other stuff. He said it was emailed to him by some stranger. He had no idea who it was. And he said with the website with the name like NormalPornForNormalPeople.com, how could he not go and check that out?
He didn't just throw that in the folder with increase your penis size by 10 times.
Well, it seems like
he probably checked that one out too.
I think it must have seemed like a normal person's name, like Eric Arterbridge sent you this message.
What?
Check out this website.
I can believe that.
I didn't send it.
So he's going on talking about how there was some weird stuff on there, and it seemed a bit outdated even for like 2005. So I remember going and checking out that website and thinking it was like some sort of odd joke page.
You checked this. Wait, you checked this website out like back in the day,
Long time.
like
Yeah.
recently when you were researching this topic.
So I did go back when I was doing the research for this topic, but I'll get into that in a minute. But I'm just going off of what I remember from the time period. So, I went to the website, and what I remember is there was just a splash page with a very odd tagline. And it said, "Normal porn for normal people, a website dedicated to the eradication of abnormal sexuality."
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So, things got a little bit weird. Now, remember, I did a little bit of poking around on the website and found that all the words on the page were each individual links to other pages.
Every single word?
Every single word on the page. So you could click, like, any word, and it would be a pop-up link to another page.
So wait a second. Was this website put up by, what's the name of that church? That always...
Westboro Baptist Church.
Westboro Baptist.
Did they launch this?
So, I don't think it had anything to do with them.
I wouldn't be surprised, though.
The whole thing, it's something like the Normalcy Project or something is what they're going by. I think it's a little bit more malicious than that, but...
Well, okay. So it's safe to say, though, the agenda behind this website failed, right?
Maybe.
Let me tell you, the internet is buck wild right now.
Yeah, the internet's a wild place. The world's kind of a wild place that we live in right now.
Okay, so wait, what were the links? What did the links go to?
I remember doing a little bit of digging around and poking around on the website, just like clicking different stuff.
You love poking around this website.
And I'm just going off of memory here. And I never found anything all that interesting.
No, it's never as interesting when you're going off memory.
It was just like a bunch of pop-up pages and like weird lines of text and whatnot, and I couldn't figure anything out. But I remember friends of mine talking about super odd videos that they had found on the website.
Chris Wiggins?
It just kind of gave them the creeps. It may have been Chris, actually. Chris may have been one of the guys who was telling me about this stuff. But the key thing here is none of the videos were pornographic in any way.
No, that's weird. This is only normal porn.
Yeah, it's supposed to be normal porn. But we will get into the videos in a bit here.
Is this going to be a spooky story? You know this is about spooky stuff, this podcast.
So it gets there. It gets there. Relax.
I think you're just telling us about your porn viewing habits.
No. I wanted to...
This is Mike. That's the wrong kind of goose pimples. Haven't you listened?
I just wanted to give a little bit of backstory as to where this kind of came from.
It comes from my porn habit.
So when Paul asked me if I wanted to come and do the show and if I had anything odd or creepy to talk about, for some reason, this website popped into my head, and I started doing a bit of research on it.
Started poking around.
So, what I will say right off the bat is don't go to this website. It seems like it is a website designed to put viruses on your computer.
You sent me a link like 3 days ago.
Yeah, I did. And then I did more research. On it. Don't go there. It's not a good idea. But the first thing I did was I went to the website.
Okay.
I wanted to see if, for some reason, the website was still up and running. And it is. And it still seems to be designed like an old GeoCities website. But it's a bit different than what I remembered from way back in the day. I think it has done a bit of a redesign. On the front page, there's an odd splash screen with the same tagline. And at the top of the website, there are a few tabs. And there's a tab of a list of normal porn for normal people videos, which we'll get into those in a second.
I was going to say, I want to know what that is. What does that mean?
We'll talk about that in a second, because they're not...
Is it like the grape lady?
Well, what's the like the grape stomp lady?
Yeah.
No.
What?
That was pretty normal.
You remember
Eric?
Yeah, Eric, you love the grape stomp
Stop.
lady.
Yeah, I know who she is, but why would she be on this website?
I don't know. I'm trying to. What would normal porn for normal people
We'll
be?
get into the videos in a second. That's where it gets really interesting.
All right.
I'm just
I'm anxious.
Giving you some nice corners to nibble on before we get to the middle. All right.
Yeah, Paul, let me give you some pointers on being on this end of the story. You got to be quiet and listen.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry.
So, we have the few tabs at the top, and there's a tab for the normal porn for normal people videos, and then there's another tab for just random videos that the website seems to be hosting. So I watched a few of the videos currently on the website that they call normal porn for normal people videos.
Mm-hmm.
They seemed odd, but not like the ones that I had been told about in the past. So something seemed a little bit fishy. So I went off to do a little bit more discovery. I was just checking a whole bunch of different forums to see if I could find any useful info on them. And I couldn't find anything, like on any of the forums or anything like that. Then I came across a page where a guy was describing in great detail the old videos that used to exist on the website. He explained that people were working together on a forum that he was on to discover these hidden videos. And as they discovered the final video, the thread that he was on and the website itself disappeared.
Whoa.
Yeah, completely. So they were working together on this forum to dig through this website and find all these videos. And then once they were
trying to find the old deleted videos.
No, not this current website. The original website. So this current website looks...
That's what I'm saying. So if you go to normal porn for normal people right now,
yes,
it's not the same links and same videos that used to be there.
No, there's some new...
So a separate website was trying to find all the deleted videos from the original website?
Yeah,
Is that
so
what you're
back
saying?
in like the mid-2000s when this website popped up out of nowhere, because I think it showed up in like 2004. So from what I can gather, the new one is a fan website, and it seems like whoever's posting the current videos are trying to replicate the original idea of the old videos. The ones that are on there now are still kind of weird and creepy. For example, there's one on there where it's all in black and white, and it's this guy filming in a bathroom, another man licking every surface in the bathroom for about 5 minutes.
Wow.
Oh, okay. All right.
And nothing really happens. There's no dialogue or anything like that. It's just a bunch of that stuff.
And are they nude?
Nope, fully clothed. Clothed.
No fun.
I think the one guy's...
You guys... I'm starting to think maybe I'm normal, because just you explaining that's really doing it for me.
Okay, well, this is porn for you then. This is your kind of pornography. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, that person that was licking the surfaces in the public restroom, they're probably dead at this point.
Well, maybe. But the guy who I found who was talking about the original forum post, he has in great description a ton of the videos.
Oh.
So do you guys want to hear about some of the original videos?
Okay.
Nah.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's the end of the podcast. Thanks, guys.
No. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
If that's like tame compared to the originals, I want to hear the originals.
So they all start off pretty tame, and they're pretty mundane. So like sometimes it's a guy in a room just interviewing someone, just asking them pretty mundane questions. So they'll be sitting in an interview, and you hear the camera guy asking some questions to someone on a couch across from them.
Yeah, that's called the casting couch.
So not quite like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we start getting into the more interesting videos. So there's a bunch of like this mundane videos of like a guy walking around a room, or not doing anything, or just staring at a wall for 3 or 4 minutes. Then we get into peanut.avi. That's the title of the video.
Okay, I remember the .avi videos.
Yes.
You used to get them on Napster.
Yes. Yeah, when you were illegally torrenting videos
Anything.
and movies.
Any and everything.
All right, so Peanut.avi. It was a 30-minute video of a man, a woman, and a dog in a kitchen.
No. No.
The woman would make a peanut butter sandwich, and the man would sit it down for the dog to eat.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
This was
nice.
all that happened for 30 minutes.
How many sandwiches did she make in 30 minutes?
It was obvious that the cameraman had to stop filming and wait until the dog was ready to eat again. And the dog seemed rather sick by the end of it.
Aww.
Dogs shouldn't eat bread.
Or 16 peanut butter sandwiches. I don't know. I've never seen Peanut.avi. So I don't know exactly how many sandwiches this puppy ate.
I bet we could find it on LimeWire.
That's what they say. They say you can find a lot of these on like torrent websites.
LimeWire.
So how about this next one? This one's called LickedClean.avi.
Oh, that's the one in the bathroom.
It seems like this is a faithful recreation of
Oh my god.
that one. A 10-minute video filmed by a hidden camera in which we see a repairman working on a washing machine for the first 2 minutes. When it's fixed, the repairman talks to the owner briefly and then leaves. The owner checks to make sure the repairman is gone, and he begins to lick all over the top of the washing machine. This goes on for 7 minutes.
Ew.
You know, Eric used to have a problem doing that back in the day. When we were in high school, you couldn't take him anywhere. Every washing machine he saw.
He just had to lick it after the guy got done fixing it.
Just the top of it, though.
Yeah.
But it tastes good.
All right. Now we move on to Jimbo.avi. A 5-minute video of an obese mime performing his act. It was, yeah. From what was listed, it seems like it was actually a pretty funny video. There was one part where he pretends to pull up a chair and then pretends that it breaks because of his weight.
I did that to my brother once. We had this rocking chair in my living room and it kind of broke while I was sitting in it. And then I put it back up together and waited for my little brother.
For that.
I don't remember, but I waited for my brother to sit in it and he went crashing to the floor. And then I was like, Brett, you broke the chair. And then he started crying.
Didn't the whole arm?
It was so
Brett.
funny.
It was like the whole arm of it had fallen off, right?
Yeah, I think something like that.
Yeah. All right, so with Jimbo here, in the last 30 seconds of the video, the camera cuts to static briefly, and then cuts back to the man sobbing quietly, still wearing his mime outfit and makeup.
Oh, yeah,
His
just like
paint's
my
gonna
brother.
run.
What? So, which brother's the mime that cries?
Brett.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, then we move on to Diana.avi. A 4-minute video in which the cameraman talks to a woman in a room different from the interview room, like the one I was telling you guys. This room looks like one you'd find in a normal person's house. Exactly where they are is never specified, as Diana only talks about her violin playing.
Is she good?
She obviously plays her violin, but she keeps getting distracted by something. So the guy says he didn't notice it until someone on the message board mentioned something. But when he went back and watched it, if you look at the mirror in the background, you can see a fat man in a chicken mask masturbating.
Whoa!
Oh, no.
While she plays violin?
Yeah.
Well, or at least finally getting into some actual porn here.
Well, I don't think you can see any of his dangly bits,
Oh.
but I think it's heavily implied that he is chicken choking his chicken.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I get it. That's
I see.
clever.
There we
Okay,
go.
I see.
There it is. There it is. Okay, here we go. Jessica.avi. Another 4-minute cameraman video. This time he's outside a house talking to another young woman. They talk about canoe rides. The camera zooms out to reveal the city streets behind them occasionally. The strange thing about this video is no one so far has been able to identify where the street is. Guesses have ranged from anywhere from Europe to Australia to the Philippines, but there's yet to be a match for the street shown in the video. So there's just super mundane stuff, like a guy talking to some chick about a canoe ride.
I bet you that street's in Europe because that's where the weird stuff happens. Have you seen Hostel?
Yeah, that was literally the thing I was going to say. Like, this seems kind of hostile-ish, like all the crazy weird stuff going on.
Yeah, I bet that violin girl got killed by that chicken man.
Uh-oh.
Because he's not going to just let her go after that, right?
I don't know, maybe he could have been hiding, like the guy who wanted to lick the washing machine. Because there was in-camera work.
Oh, it's like a voyeur violin
Sorta?
tape.
Yeah. That's what it seems like.
Okay.
Okay. Then we get to tonguetied.avi.
Oh, no, I don't like the sound of this.
Each of these videos starts to, like, ramp up in insanity as we get deeper. Like, so these were, like, kind of in order of the videos they discovered. So Tongue-Tied is a 10-minute video. The first 5 minutes consists of an elderly woman making out with a mannequin.
That sounds funny.
The video cuts out like it did in Jimbo.avi halfway through, and the scene is now a group of mannequins huddled together in a circle around the camera. The lights have been dimmed, and the elderly woman is nowhere to be seen. From this point on, there is no sound.
Does she turn into a mannequin?
I don't know. And I'm assuming all these videos are probably in, like, black and white. That's what I imagine in my head. At least they don't say what like the look of these videos are. But it's either, like, really bad, like, digital camera from back in the day, or, like, black and white video or whatever.
This is, I think, one of the, like, more creepy things that I can think of is, like, these weird videos with no explanation.
Yeah, there's, like, creepy vignettes.
That seem like there's something out of Hostel. Like, this is what the person recorded right before they went in and started blowtorching the side of the chick's face. Or something.
Yeah.
You know,
or that girl's eyeball was hanging out of her head. That was good.
Oh yeah,
that was
good
terrible.
Scene. Good scene. All right, now we move on to Stumps.avi.
I don't like the sound of this one.
This one's a little weird.
tough.
A 5-minute-long video where a man with no legs is attempting to breakdance on a DDR mat.
Pop up! You can't play Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah, there you go. DDR is Dance Dance Revolution. In what looks like a kitchen from Peanut.avi, but it's much dirtier.
Well, we need to get the bathroom guy to come clean it up.
There we go. There's a radio playing music in the background, but it stops at the 4-minute mark when the man collapses on the mat in exhaustion.
Oh.
Weird.
That one goes on a bit. He breathes heavily and pleads with someone off-screen to let him rest. The off-screen person becomes terrifyingly enraged and yells at him to keep dancing, which he does. You can hear this off-screen person begin to scream as the video ends abruptly.
Is he... Now, I'm just... In my head, I'm trying to figure out the logistics of a person with no legs playing
Lieutenant
DDR.
Dan, playing DDR.
Is he playing with what's left of his legs, or is he, like, on all fours?
He's trying to break dance. I'm assuming he's using arms as well.
He's
trying to do, like, spins and stuff. I think he's just using the mat as, like, a nice place to dance, so he's not getting dirty from the dirty kitchen floor. That's what I imagine in my head.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, he must be using all four.
Well, all two.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Or 3, am I right?
Oh, there we go. This is kickstand? Okay.
Yep, that's right.
All right. Here we go. Privacy.avi. We're getting down to the two kind of super weird ones here. All right. The woman from Diana.avi is masturbating on a mattress in the interview room.
No.
So these... I mean, they're recurring characters. Like,
yes, they seem like a few of the characters have repeated in these films. So that's happening. She's on the mattress. while the man from Stumps.avi walks around on his hands while wearing some kind of goblin mask.
Uh-oh.
The door in this room was always closed in the other videos, but now it's open. In this video, the only light is in the room, and the hallway is dark. Near the end of the video, you can see an animal quickly run through the hallway.
Oh, no. Was it a possum?
Hold on. What kind of, like a dog or
a possum?
Not specified. A wolf.
I'll let you guys know.
Possum.
It was a medium to large sized animal, because I know what's coming with what the next video entails. I'm going to say it is a medium to large animal. And now finally the last video they uncovered. And I assume the reason everything disappeared. And I just want to be clear with you guys, when I came up with this topic, I didn't know that it got this grim. So I just heard about this and heard that there was some weird vignette-y kind of creepy videos.
Mike, are we going to find out what happened to Stump's legs?
No. Maybe, but no.
Am I piecing it all together?
Okay. Well, let's see if you guessed right.
Okay.
Closest without going over. Useless.
Bear.
.avi. In this 18-minute video, a blonde woman from one of the previous interview videos is tied down to the mattress in the interview room. She attempts to scream, but her mouth is taped over.
Oh, no.
After 7 minutes, a man in a black suit and a mask opens the door, but he does not enter. He holds the door open for the animal that was running in the hall in the previous video.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
What is it?
It's revealed to be an adult chimpanzee. Its hair is...
Oh, my God. That's the worst animal it could be.
Yeah. Its hair is shaved and its entire body is painted red.
Have you...
What?
Time out. Have either of you ever seen a bald chimpanzee?
It's terrifying, and they're the most muscular thing ever.
They all look like The Rock.
Yeah.
I don't think
Every single one of them.
Muscle level, not looks wise.
No, yeah, right, obviously.
But Paul, where are you seeing all these bald chimpanzees?
It's a condition that happens to chimpanzees, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but where do you see them? I've never seen
The
one.
internet. Just
Google
search
bald
hairless
chimpanzee.
And
this video will come up that Mike's talking about. Well, no, the reason I Googled it was, and probably the same reason Mike Googled it, is they were talking about it on the Joe Rogan podcast about a month ago. How strong chimpanzees are, and that if you see them without hair, they're just jacked to the gills.
Just like in resting position, they're just giant, they're like two Brock Lesnar's mushed together.
And they painted it red?
They painted it red. I assume.
That's what happened to Stump's legs. They put him in charge of painting the chimpanzee.
So guys, it gets worse. It gets real bad.
What happens?
Well, I know what happens when angry chimpanzees get their hands on humans.
So
they rip your face off.
So when the chimp enters the room, the masked man closes the door behind it. The chimpanzee sniffs the air for a moment. It may have been blind. And it notices the woman tied to the mattress.
Oh my God.
Goes into a frenzy and begins to maul her.
Oh.
Is this the violin girl?
Different girl than the violin girl. But a girl from one of the previous videos. I'm not sure which one.
Diane?
Probably Casting Couch, yeah.
The assault goes on for a grueling 7 minutes.
Jesus.
Until the woman finally dies. The chimp eats flesh from her corpse for 4 minutes, and then the video ends.
But it's all fake, right? They couldn't put that on the internet if it was real.
I hope, but as soon as that video was discovered, everything about this website disappeared, and the forum that the guy was on disappeared. And once he tried to join the forum back up to ask questions about what was going on, he was immediately banned from the forum.
Okay, I have to get something straight, because I'm confused about the timeline that we're talking here.
Uh-huh.
Early internet days, right? Well, so the original Normal Porn for Normal People shows up, you said in 2004-ish?
Somewhere around there.
Okay.
It was late 90s, early 2000s. I was still pretty young, but I remember like hearing about this website and poking around on it for a little bit, but I never found even like any of the videos. Apparently these guys had to dig pretty deep to find all this stuff.
Okay, that's what I'm getting to. So what happened was the original website goes dark. It disappears off the internet, right?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
These new guys start the website again with the same domain.
Yes.
And they start trying to hunt down the original videos.
No.
No?
No. So this was like, imagine some people finding a website. Like you went and you found a website and you had a forum that you like to go to. They were just like, hey, check this out. I found this stuff. And then someone was like, okay, I checked out that website and I found this. And then other people in the forum were like, well, let's start looking to see if there's more of this nonsense.
Oh, so when you say they found these videos, you're saying they were like hidden in the website, like hidden in words and links.
Right.
And
they were hidden like deep in like multiple layers of links of the website. And they worked as a team to find it. And once they uncovered this video and started talking about it, everything went away.
Can I say, now this is, that's kind of how the Parabox scavenger hunts work. Not to compare to, but
Nice plug, Paul.
yeah,
There are hidden videos.
but no. That's that I've seen. Like they do the video I saw of the one Parabox scavenger hunt. He had like these hidden links throughout these websites, and it was very cool how they did it. And now that you're describing it, I imagine that's how this original website was. There's just links that you can't see until maybe you hover over them, or
Yeah, but instead of like maybe winning like a cool T-shirt, you
win
won
a terrifying video.
Yeah, you won mental scarring for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You found it, so there was that.
You won't
Yeah,
get any of that with
different
Parabox.
prizes.
With Parabox, you're just going to get awesome merchandise. That's paraboxmonthly.com. Promo code Goosepimples at checkout.
Yep.
So sadly, that's really all I've found on it. On the current website, there's actually
That's it? That's all you found?
well,
Was a woman
I
being
did
eaten
not
by a
want to go
chimpanzee?
and look up these videos. Apparently, you can find them on the internet somewhere. I just don't want to see them. But
I'd like to see the violin video.
on the current website,
I love a good violin playing.
like I wouldn't mind seeing like Peanut and having them feed a dog some peanut butter sandwiches. That's fine. But on the current website, there's a like facts thing or like updates or something like that, and it lists like
What do you mean? Their fax number?
No, like FAQ.
Oh.
And there's like an update thing where it like lists stuff all the way back from like 2012 about like how they tried to shut us down and then they came back, and then like there's just some like awful stuff they write about, and it seems like there's some pretty bad broken English, and all the comments on all the videos,
This is the new website?
yeah, are all in like a different language. And there's like some of the videos
Russian.
on there are a little odd, but they're not like this level of odd. There's no horrifying, terrible stuff happening. I mean, it seems like almost like an homage to this stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, that's how it starts, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
You gotta
It
go
starts
deep to
with-
find the creepier videos.
It starts with dogs getting yummy peanut butter sandwiches and ends with chimpanzees getting yummy humans.
Yeah, but I was looking on the website. There's no hidden links anywhere on this one, so I don't think.
Or
there's
maybe
anything-
you're just not very good at searching.
Yeah, I also didn't want to search that hard, so you might be right.
You'll never get your free Parabox merchandise, Mike.
But yeah, that's all I found on normal porn for normal people.
NormalPornForNormalPeople.com, right?
Yes,
It's so cool.
They're not a sponsor.
they are not a sponsor.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Mike, that was good. You did a good job.
Well, thank you.
I really got
Thank you.
goose pimple. The second you said a chimpanzee entered the doorway,
Yeah.
it threw me through a loop. to say
Yeah,
the
I
least.
didn't like that.
Yeah, once I
I didn't like it.
Once I heard about a painted, hairless chimpanzee being thrown into a room with a woman strapped to a bed, it didn't take long for me to figure out where it was going to go.
Yeah, I don't think she liked it either.
Probably not.
That's just sad.
It is. Listen, we're gonna hope we did some joking. We're gonna hope that those videos were staged and it was, the next great horror movie director just.
Or, I mean, honestly,
his...
because I haven't seen these videos for myself.
They could all be cartoons, for all we know.
I hope that maybe it's just someone who wrote these and, like, made it up, and it spread like wildfire over the internet. Like, maybe that's what it is, but I remember seeing stuff on this, like, seeing the website and whatnot back in the day, so who knows?
Very, very interesting.
Yeah, I hope it's all false.
Yeah, me too. For the woman's sake. Yeah. Not for the dog. I mean, the dog, I hope he really got his sandwiches.
Well, I mean, I'm more upset about the chimpanzee than anything.
Him being painted red.
Well, the poor guy doing dance, he can't stop. That's not fair.
Sucks. Yeah, that does suck pretty bad.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, if Normal Porn for Normal People gave you goose pimples, do us a favor and tell a friend or multiple friends or all of your friends about goose pimples. We are always appreciative. We love you guys. You've been great. Like I said, the support has kind of overwhelmed us. Every time we check our numbers, it's pretty unbelievable to us that in just 3 months we get that much support. And now Mike's here, and
yay.
Love him too. Or don't, because if you stop listening, he's out of a job. Also, if you take the time to share our podcast on social media, we're going to do what we can to acknowledge it. So I didn't pick one this week. I'm sorry. I screwed up. But we're going to start. We'll pick someone that shared our podcast on social media, and we'll give them a special thank you on the podcast. And we also want to share your stories. We have a couple coming up. We have some lined up. We got some people that are calling in. They're going to tell some weird, creepy stories from their past. And if you want to do that, or you want to just write us an email and we'll share it, you can contact us at goosepimplespodcast@gmail.com. We're also on Instagram and Twitter.
And Facebook.
And Facebook. We're on Facebook. And definitely make sure to check out paraboxmonthly.com. I can't stress enough how great they've been for us and how great of a product they provide. The scavenger hunt, the online scavenger hunt that we referenced earlier, maybe bad timing on the reference earlier, but it's awesome. I saw a video of one of the guys at Parabox kind of walking me through the last one they did, and it's mind-blowing that he is able to do what he does every month. Basically, this dude builds like a quality, top-notch, multi-$1,000 website every month for you guys to do these scavenger hunts, and they're amazing. So check out Parabox, paraboxmonthly.com. Use promo code GoosePimples, all one word, GoosePimples, at checkout for 10% off your first box. Guys, you got anything else?
No, thank you guys for having me.
You're welcome.
Oh, so nice to have you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you, guys.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it because it's the last time. All right, thanks, guys. We're just kidding.
You.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.